Are you struggling on defense in Legend League? Well, we've got just the thing for you. We're sharing a Legend League base today. This base right here. So we got a nice box base here for Legends League. You can see we've got the RC charge trap along the whole top left side of the base and then down here on the bottom side as well. And then in addition to that, we've got these Teslas lined up on the bottom right side to help mess with the pathing. We've also got the crusher mortar on that right side, which can also be very annoying for these RC charges. And something else I really like about this base is we got these core scatters, and there's really nothing around the scatters, so that nothing should essentially path to the scatter shots in the core. They should have plenty of time, as well as that multi-inferno tower, to get lots of damage onto whatever troops are moving through the base. The fire spitters on both sides facing in towards the core of the base should both have great coverage for whichever way the attacker is coming in. We also have lots of dead spaces spread out throughout the base, so it's hard to predict exactly where the traps are going to be at. The recommended CC for this base is going to be 2 ice golems, a furnace, and archers to fill. With all that out of the way, let's jump into some replays and see how it holds up. And here we go with the first replay of this base. We got the Royal Champion from the bottom side of the base, a couple of rocket balloons to try to path the RC in towards the gear tower, and she does go in, drops in the next invis, and the traps are going to start going off. The Fox is going to go down relatively quickly here as all the traps go off, and there we go. The Fox is down. Now the RC working her way through the ricochet cannon. And don't forget, if you guys want to give this base a try for yourself, as always, the link is down in the description below. And if you do give it a try, give us a comment, let us know how it holds up for you. But there we go with the recall for the Royal Champion. We got a couple of the archers pulled out of the clan castle, queen off to the far left side of the base. We're going to set up the left side of the funnel and then send the root riders and everything else right down the middle. So here we go. Root riders are in, headhunters, healers, everything full send. And let's see how well they push through this base. We got the Royal Champion back in the mix as well. We're going to overgrowth in the core of the base for now, cover up those buildings and just kind of path around it through the top side of the base and leave that core for later. There we go with the rest of the CC troops. We got a couple of ice golems. We got that furnace in there. Of course, the poison is down onto the furnace, but that's okay. Troops still pushing through the top side of the base. Remember that top side of the base is heavily trapped, so the troops are going to have a little bit of a tough time. The healers are doing their best trying to keep up with all this damage. The overgrowth in the core does wear off. Scatter shots are going to start getting shots in, especially on those healers as they were straggling behind. And there we go. The healers are gone between the multi-inferno and the scatter shots. Now he pops the Warden's ability. Should have popped it earlier to try to keep those healers alive for just a little bit longer. But there we go. They're trying to push their way into the middle. He did drop that overgrowth on the right side, so that's going to push these root riders to the town hall. So they're going back into the core. However, they are still thinning out very quickly. We got the defending king in there, and he's going to take down the root rider that was onto the town hall. And I'm not sure if he's got anything that could still take the town hall down. We got the king ability and queen ability. He's going to go ahead and just pop them both here, trying desperately not to get the 1-star in Legend League. The crusher mortar also popping off, squishing all these snakes. They're going down very quickly, and the town hall is still standing strong. I don't think he's got anything that can get in there and get it down. The giant's trying to beat its way into the walls. The king is about to go down. The queen is going to be soon to follow. This is going to be a huge 1-star defense. Let's move on to the next replay. And here we go with replay number 2. This one's going to be another root rider attack. However, this one's going to start off a little bit differently. It is going to be a fireball attack, which I feel like we don't really see a whole lot of anymore. A couple of invis. There we go. The fireball is in. The earthquake is down. He's able to take care of a chunk of buildings on that right corner of the base. Okay. The multi-inferno tower does stay up. It's going to get healed back up as well. Baby dragon comes in, try to help finish off some of these trash buildings on the bottom side of the base. And then here we go, full send with the root riders in towards the top right side. All right, let's see how they do. We got one headhunter coming in for the defending queen, trying to get her taken down quickly. We also need to get something in to clean up that top side of the base. There we go. The barbarian king coming in. We also have that queen fire off a quick giant arrow through the core of the base as the root riders start making their way in. Troop launcher tossing troops over the top of the base. The healers still doing a nice job keeping things healed up as they try to push everything in towards the middle, but everything is still taking quite a bit of damage here. We do have the ice hound freezing things up. More shots from the town hall and everything's gone. I mean, where did the army and the core go? Again, it's like a magic trick sometimes. 1 second it's looking great, the next second everything has just disappeared. The town hall shots continuing to rain down. but I think he's going to be able to secure the town hall at least. So this time the attacker doesn't have to worry about that 1-star. However, there's no chance of getting the rest of the base taken care of. He's already used all the hero abilities. That was the last spell there with that invis. The RC is going to go down. This one is going to be yet another nice defense. Let's take a look at the next replay. And here we go with another replay. Looks like it is going to be another fireball, this time with rocket balloons. We got the warden in. Couple of balloons in the mix here to check for any traps. The Sneezy got sniped pretty much immediately, and look at the warden, the damage on the warden. Luckily drops in that invis, otherwise he was about to lose that ability straight away. Drops in a rocket balloon as well, trying to help make sure we get through some of these defenses quickly. And there we go. Now he takes a lot of that pressure off of the warden. Now he can kind of relax and make sure he gets this where he wants it to go, and we'll see exactly what he's going to get with the fireball this time around. We do have some what are those, Barchers, the Halloween event? I wasn't sure what they were at first, but they sniped that ricochet cannon on the top left. Got some rocket balloons from the right side, sniping through the defending queen here, and down she goes. Some more damage onto that warden, but luckily with the queen going down, he doesn't have to worry too much about that. Got the fire mites still coming in from that furnace on the top side of the base. The warden's still plucking away. More rocket balloons from the right side, take out the multi-mortar. All right, being very patient, letting this warden just kind of crawl his way into the base. Here we go with invis, fireball to the core. Earthquake takes out the scatter shots and the inferno, but he does not get the clan castle. Now he has to deal with CC troops, and the warden dies on the top side of the base. So that's going to make things a bit more tricky. And also, he didn't even get a full CC pull. He got some of the archers out, but he still has a bunch of troops in that clan castle that he's going to have to deal with as the troops continue to make their way in towards this crusher mortar. The queen will be able to clear out the outside and then hopefully push that king and the P.E.K.K.A.s in towards the middle. I'd imagine the king probably has the earthquake boots, or at least he better hope he does. We'll see here shortly as he has to pop that king's ability through that crusher mortar. Actually, the king's going to work his way back around. Looks like he got the wall opened up here. Okay, so he snuck a couple of wall breakers in, so that's good. But that king, however, oh my goodness, that king got absolutely melted down there. Now we got the late ice golems coming out and the furnace. At least he poisons the furnace, but even when your defensive furnace gets poisoned, it still gets some fire mites off. So it's not completely useless even through a poison. And look at that, the fire mites getting some damage onto that giant, and it gets distracted by the ice golems. It does take the town hall down, but the giant also is going to go down. We got the invis for the RC on the bottom side of the base. Still has 3 more invis and an ice block, so we'll see how well he's going to be able to utilize that. All right, the RC is still pushing through. He did pop the ability, so she's going a bit quicker. Down goes the Fox. Gear Tower chunking away that RC's HP. Able to get that taken care of. The last invis going down. The giant bomb taking another chunk of her health, and that's going to be pretty much it for the RC. Drops in the ice block just for fun, I guess, but that's going to be a defense. Let's take a look at one more replay. And here we go with the final replay for this base of this video as the RC makes her way in from that left corner, pushing in towards this extremely heavily trapped top left side of the base. Drops in the next invis, gigabombs, spring traps, giant bombs. Oh my goodness, the damage for the RC. The invises are there, but she's still going down. She's going to be able to grab the monolith, but I think the traps are going to finish her off. No, he does get the recall in there. Okay, but man, that RC did not get very far. All right, we got the quakes in the core. We got the giant arrow as well. Okay, sure, log launcher is going to help with that giant arrow quake damage. All right, and then we got the root riders from the bottom side of the base. So far, so good. The queen, I don't know if she's going to track back. No, she's going to join up with the root riders and continue in. The giant, I guess he doesn't know what he wants to do. The log launcher is still going to continue in towards this town hall, and then hopefully whatever troops are in there can get the town hall down. The king moving across that bottom side. Spring traps throwing the super barbs around. All the root riders have just kind of followed to the outside of the base as well, which isn't really ideal here, but we'll see how well this is going to work out. Pop's Warden's ability keeps everything protected as the defensive ice golems froze one more time for the giant and the yetis. Looks like the healers actually got pulled up to the top and they got taken down, so no more healers for this attack. Overgrowth in the core of the base. Still have the king's ability, still have one more overgrowth in the bag, but the army's fizzling out again. This army just goes down so quickly sometimes, especially when those healers are no longer in the picture. The giant's still going to be able to get good value, but everything else is going to be struggling just a bit here. We do still have the king's ability with the spiky ball to send out, and we'll probably see that coming in here shortly. Still raged up from the warden's ability here, which is good. Same for the queen, able to get a bit more damage. King moving across the outside of the base. Let's see, he's going to get distracted here by the defending queen. She does go down. King's still walking around the outside. We're going to speed things up to see how far they're able to get. This attack actually gets pretty close here. There goes the spiky ball, but with the king having to beat on the walls and the queen about to go down, this is going to be one more nice defense. Be sure to check out the WBB socials on screen. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you all next time.